Hey ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me, the Millennial Landscaper, for another video. The handsome young gentleman you're staring at in this video is Valentine, and Val will be doing the demonstration for this video. This video will be talking about why the metal edge is better than the plastic composite edge. Now I'm going to show you the products on the ground before we start the video. On the right side here is the metal edge. On the left side here is the plastic composite. Now I strongly recommend getting the metal edge over the plastic composite, and Val is about to take out the metal edge to show you guys. Now if you look at this metal edge from the side view, it has this nice straight line. You see how narrow that line is? It looks like a pencil drew that line on the screen. That's how nice it is. And you see that small hole right below his elbow there? That small hole is where you stick the pegs. Because of that nice straight line, it hardly wobbles even when you put it in place because it is metal. It stays where it's supposed to. I like that stiffness in it, and it's very important. Now, it's also important because when you bend it, it stays in place. So Val is bending it right now. Look at this. After you've created your garden, you can bend this metal, and if he lets go, it retains the shape. You can walk away. All you got to do now is hammer the peg inside of here. The peg comes along with the metal edge, so you don't have to worry about getting pegs, and all you got to do is hammer it in place. You can also fold it back to how it was, so it can change shape really easily, and it retains the form of however you have created it. So it's not going to be a perfect job, but look at that. He folded it back, and look, it still looks like a straight line that's been drawn by a pencil. Very good, very helpful. It's easy for you to actually create your gardens because it retains a shape and you just bend it and curve it. Now that's one of the biggest pros. Let's go over to the left here. That composite is coiled up, and as Val takes it up, you'll notice that it has this wobbly feel to it, but it goes back to how it was. If Val straightens it, it doesn't stay straight. It coils right back up. So it's not retaining the form that you try to give it. You have to hold on to it while you try to peg it in place. So I strongly recommend not getting this because you know the shape, it doesn't keep the shape. It's much harder to install. Now if you look at how he's holding it, that thing is very light. Val, can you pick up the whole thing for me? Look at how light that is. He used one hand. Toss it up for me. Just toss it up real quick. Look at that. Well, yeah, or you can hold it down one hand. It's very easy because it's plastic. The opposite is on the right side here, and it's the metal edge. That is pretty heavy. So you can hear that metal, and you can just imagine metal is heavy. So you'll have to have people that can help you with the labor to lift it. You can do it yourself, but this 4-foot is very light compared to the 8-foot metal. So on the left, it might be lighter than this one, but still I don't think that the weight is enough to deter you from getting the metal, right? You don't need to get this plastic. The other thing about the plastic and the metal that I want to point out is that both of them are they are pretty permanent. They're pretty permanent. You know, the plastic won't decompose, neither will the metal. Now, even though the plastic will keep its color, that black, it will stay on there. No matter how long it is, that black will stay there. Okay? On the opposite side is the metal. This paint that the metal has will slowly strip away, and it will look brown and rusted, but it will be permanent. It will stay. So both of them are permanent, except this one, it will kind of lose its color. So in the case of the color, that one has a pro over this one. But still, again, I'm telling you as a professional, I do not think that the change in color is enough for you to choose the plastic over the metal. So again, I still think the metal is pretty useful because of the retention of the shape, the ease of installation. Now the last thing we're going to talk about is price. You might think that plastic is going to be cheaper than metal, and you are correct. However, if you spend $11 on each 8-foot for getting this thing, and you buy this 20-foot thing for about $24, when you do all of the math, you're only saving about $4 every 20 foot $4. That's all. It's not a lot of money. So you could do a long 20-foot garden, 20 feet, and you still would only save $20, right? Now, $20 sounds like a lot of money to maybe to somebody or some people, but I'll guarantee you, when you're doing a $2,000 project or more, it's not worth it. That $20 is really not worth it. You might as well go ahead and get the metal edge instead of trying to be cheap and mess up the entire project using this one. This metal edge will retain the shape. It will look a lot more professional. It's going to be harder to move. It's harder to shift. So I would always use this metal edge over this plastic composite, especially for gardens. Now, that is my comparison between the two products. I will always use this one over that one. The only time I would ever use this plastic edge is for a foundation that will never be seen. For example, if you have some kind of patio or something and you just need some kind of fabric or material to create a line that will never be seen, buy this cheap flimsy stuff, no problem, right? But the truth is, even though that one can be used for some weird, awkward foundations that nobody's gonna see, maybe you're gonna put it next to a fence and fill all of it in, then maybe you can use that. But when you're gonna expose it, you want to use the metal edge. That is it for the video. If you found any educational value in this video, don't forget to click like. Comment below if you have any questions or inquiries, and tell me which one you think is best, which one you recommend for yourself, landscapers, and homeowners. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to support, and watch the other videos over to the right side of this channel. Until next time, this is the Millennial Landscaper.